Dear consideration, in the world of horror movies, there is a lot of pressure to succeed financially and critically. And for Scream 6, the pressure was enormous. Heading to the theater, I had hopeful expectations, but was not 100% sure of what I would see in this movie. 122 minutes later, I came out of the theater entertained, excited, and ready for more of what Radio Silence will bring to this franchise. The Scream franchise has always had fun and laughs in it, and Scream 6 is no exception. There was fun, there was cheesiness, and there was meta moments peppered throughout the movie. The use of New York as the new location was fresh and a different dynamic that we haven't seen in a Scream movie before. There was an immense sense of tension, a real sense of danger, and tons of excitement in this movie. All this is great, but what about the characters? What about Ghostface, the story, etc.? Well, to start off, the opening scene was genius in my opinion. Samara Weaving was the victim as we all had predicted, but what really made the opening was we got an early Ghostface reveal. Tony Revolori unmasked himself. I was literally stunned, but that wasn't the end of it. We come to find out that he isn't the only Ghostface that is plotting the death of the Carpenter sisters. There literally is a cult of Ghostface following in the footsteps of Richie to finish his work. But that wasn't the end of it. All of a sudden, Tony gets a call, and you guessed it. It was another Ghostface. A fantastic extra call scene by Roger Jackson, who was putting in an all-time great performance, and we are still within the first 10 minutes of the movie. We then see a Ghostface kill a Ghostface, and then, boom, title card. Literally an iconic opening that is one of the best in the franchise. We then get reacquainted with the core four. Shout out to my brother Craven Something Scary for coining that phrase months ago before the movie. Let me just say I loved these characters. I think they were fleshed out so much better here than they were in Scream 5. Mindy was a bit more interesting and had a little bit more to do, but Chad was given the character moments and more time to shine. Mason Gooding made the most of that opportunity, reminding me of Dewey and the positivity that he always represented in the Scream movies. Jenna as Tara was fantastic, as we all knew she would be. I really am a fan of Jenna and excited for her future as an actress, but let me just say, the MVP was undeniably Melissa Barrera as Sam. She was absolutely awesome in this movie. She carried the film like a true final girl should. It's so much better than what she was given to work with in Scream 5. I'm very glad that her character shined, and Melissa deserves credit for her performance. I cared about her. I also cared about Tara, so much more in this movie than before. They had multiple scenes that were very heartfelt, showing the strength and complexity of their relationship as sisters. Pacing, by the way, was consistent throughout the runtime. Legacy characters Gale and Kirby returned and were good in what they were given to do. I thought Gale would have had more screen time and weight in this movie, but she wasn't given it. I was a bit disappointed in that, but I understand this is a new phase of the franchise for the new characters and what they are going through. Gale did have an amazing Ghostface call, finally, complete with an attack, a mini chase, fight, and almost death. Kirby coming back was a great sight for me as a long-standing Scream fan. Hayden was great in her moments, and she was giving more to do than I thought she would be. The new characters were fine, but really, Josh Segarra and Dermot Mulroney were the only standouts. I really enjoyed the shrine scene stocked full of Scream history and Easter eggs. They gave a nod to Dewey, which was well-deserved and subtle. All of the past Ghostface killers had a nod as well. A fun scene that could be enjoyed and picked apart by us fans for many years to come. Kirby and Mindy had a horror nerd-off scene that stoked the nerd flame inside of me. My smile was huge. Sydney was not in the movie and only referenced in one scene by Gale. And as much as I love Neve Campbell and Sidney Prescott, Scream 6 proves that a Scream movie can be awesome without one of the greatest queens of final girls. The Ghostface attacks and kills were well orchestrated. The bodega scene was tense, and so was the subway scene. The atmosphere and cinematography were also immersing me into New York right beside our characters and worried about their fate. For me though, the apartment chase was a showstopper. It was absolute edge of your seat chaos. People in the theater were into it and squirming to see what would happen to our characters. That is something that we haven't gotten on that level since maybe Scream 4, maybe Scream 3, you decide. The Shrine finale also delivered, and we finally got two Ghostface killers in the same scene working together. But that wasn't the end of it. We then had three Ghostface killers in the same scene working together. Dermot's Officer Bailey was revealed along with Quinn and Ethan, who are both of his children. But that wasn't the end of it. It was then revealed that Officer Bailey had another son. You guessed it, Richie. So we literally have a Ghostface family killing together. So many firsts for a franchise and this fifth sequel. Awesome job, Radio Silence. The final standoff of the Carpenter sisters and the Bailey family was very, very good. Sam once again was a standout, especially at the end when she kills Dermot in the Ghostface costume. I didn't see that coming. Chad survived a monstrous double Ghostface attack, cementing him as this generation's Dewey, and Mindy also survived the subway attack. I also didn't see that coming. All in all, I think this installment had all the elements I was hoping to see. It had me smiling, geeking out, emotional, anxious, and most of all, hopeful and excited for the future of this franchise. To be honest, it has me excited for horror in general, because I truly believe successful horror movies are good for horror. If you're a horror fan that wants a fun theater experience, this movie has got you covered. For the die-hard Scream fans, I believe the majority of you will enjoy this film quite a bit and see the possibilities for this franchise going forward. Of course, there will be those that see this film as inferior to the original, or to 2, 3, 4, or even 5. That's the big advantage of the franchise. There is a high level of consistency and greatness. Thank you for watching. Leave me a comment, let me know what you think about Scream 6. What was your experience with it? Don't forget to hit the like button, it would help to support the channel, and I'd really appreciate it. And also, if you're not subscribed to the Nightwatch Zone, this is the time to do it. Just hit subscribe. Also, hit the bell for the notifications for whenever I go live or post videos. Anyways, I'll catch you later. If you're watching this, if you're listening to this, you are the Nightwatch. Peace.